Hey, in this lesson we're going to go over microlearning and teaching one small thing at a time. Hey, so in this lesson we're going to go over microlearning, which is really about teaching one small thing at a time. So first, a couple of things. There's some strategies about why microlearning is helpful. You can use microlearning as a standalone course or a standalone lesson where students jump in, learn that skill, and get out. Or you can build little steps and they can learn chunk by chunk from the prior lessons, and then each lesson is just one small step to take them forward. And it's important that those lessons are kind of bite-sized and it's one thing without many distractions. With microlearning, you're also going to want to reduce the memory load. You don't want them to remember many different kinds of things. You're going to teach them one thing, and they might remember with their working memory a few things, a few new words, a few new topics as you get through this particular lesson. And you don't want to paralyze them or have them freeze or just with so many new concepts and so many different things. So you want to reduce your cognitive load when you're teaching one small thing at a time. And remember, people have limited focus time. After a few minutes, their brain moves on, or maybe their energy levels go down, or they're getting the itch to go do something else. So you need to work with that as you make these lessons just the right size so that they can learn that skill, digest it, and move on to the next topic, whatever they are, whether they want to move it to the next lesson or they're done for the day and they'll come back at some future time. So in general, when you're teaching these little micro lessons, these chunks, right? You take your course and you have these different modules, and modules have different lessons. So now we're talking about just learning one chunk, one lesson in a kind of short, effective way. So the first thing you'll want to do is to hook the students. Tell them about the goal, what they're going to learn, what problems are they going to solve with this new skill that you're going to teach them. Then you can instruct the students. You teach the technique that you're about to teach them step by step without distractions. Focus on that. Try to avoid other concepts. Just focus on the thing that you're trying to teach them. You can demonstrate to them. You can use slides. You can use video. You can use pictures. But use and maybe one or more different examples to demonstrate what you've just taught them. Then you're going to review and you're going to summarize. It's almost like when you're making a speech. You tell them what you're going to tell them, you tell them, and then you close with telling them what you just told them. So you're going to want to review the key points that you made and maybe a couple of caveats. So at that point, they've learned a skill and you're going to just kind of let them know about some of the bumpers. Hey, if you run into this case or this other case. And then depending on your style of teaching and your course, you may have some assessments. It could be an assignment where they actually work on something. You could give them a sample to work on, or kind of a mini project, or even give them a quiz to see if they understood, some of the key concepts. And then finally, you're going to close that lesson up and you're going to say, okay, now that you know this, let me teach you, or let me tell you what we're going to learn next in this next lesson. We're going to build on this particular skill that you just learned, and we're going to add in these more, complex or these next steps to take their learning to the next level. And that's also depending where, on how you're structuring your courses. You might have a discussion room or a chat room. Students can ask you questions. They might want to share their assignment or their work, what they made during their assessment, and maybe share with the group and also discuss. And these are also good ways for you to learn what the students learned, what they were struggling with, and you can go ahead and maybe on the next time around revise your course or revise certain parts or maybe the instructions on your assignment, or come up with a more relevant example to demonstrate because you're getting that feedback from your students. Okay, so that's how you go about teaching one small thing per lesson. I hope this helps you teach better. Bye.